Hello, welcome to this update for the Atlantic North America. So there's like Hurricane Erin still active, and it's near the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. Still some tropical storm warnings, the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas and tropical storm watches. So this system did produce some heavy rain and gusty winds there, and it's still producing. And the hurricane force wind field is now expanded a little bit, and the tropical storm force winds extends to the tip of the Turks and Caicos. So this system still heading north, northwest, and will turn northeast later into the Atlantic. So it's now a category 2 to category 3, but it might reach category 3 again by Wednesday and Thursday near North Carolina. There's some tropical storm watches and storm surge watches in North Carolina already. So rainfall, not much is expected in the US, 1 to 3 inches in North Carolina. Most is out to sea, but still watch for some rainfall. Erin is expected to produce life-threatening surf rip currents along the beaches, the Bahamas, much of the east coast of the US and Bermuda, Atlantic Canada during the next several days. Beachgoers in those areas should follow advice from lifeguards, local authorities, and beach warning flags. Tropical storm conditions and coastal flooding are possible in North Carolina Outer Banks beginning late Wednesday night, where tropical storm surge watches are in effect. Interest across the U.S. Mid-Atlantic, southern New England coast, and Bermuda should also monitor the progress of Erin, as strong winds are possible Thursday and Friday. Heavy rainfall on the Outer Banks, Erin today in the Turks and Caicos through tonight in the Bahamas. Flash flooding and urban flooding are possible, especially continuing the Turks and Caicos in the Bahamas. So in the outer bands, not outer banks, outer bands of Erin. So tropical storm conditions are expected in the Turks and Caicos Islands, southeast Bahamas for a few more hours. Tropical storm conditions are possible in parts central Bahamas today. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful and hear the key messages in Spanish as well. And please pause and read this. Please be careful. So let's see. Especially like there's this storm surge map, 2 to 4 feet possible in North Carolina, and like 1 to 2 feet in other areas, South Carolina, too, especially North Carolina, Virginia. But please be careful, especially like near the Outer Banks, some higher storm surge. Especially there's this map as well showing the potential, especially across like North Carolina. This map is showing us, not showing that much, but you will update as we get closer. Shows here like rip currents. This is the most important. Like shows a very high risk of rip currents across all of the East Coast, especially North Carolina into South Carolina and Florida too. So all the way to New England. So please stay safe and be careful the waves and rip currents, and if you can avoid going to the beach at this time. So please stay safe. And here there's the warning surface winds, so please be careful. And just here like let's see what's coming next, and then we'll take a look at Aaron again. So there's disturbance 1 now, a 60% chance of formation. So on our last video, this wasn't even here yet. So near the Leeward Islands, tropical Atlantic, a shock waves located in the central tropical Atlantic continues to produce a broad band of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Warmer conditions appear conductive for the gradual development of the system. A tropical depression could form towards the end of the week. In the weekend, the system should move west to west northwest with 20 miles per hour across the central tropical Atlantic, approach the vicinity of the Leeward Islands on Friday. So just be monitoring this because this shock wave will indeed have some heavy rain in the Leeward Islands. And depending on how this goes, this area might turn red later today. So keep monitoring that. So like there's now another disturbance. So this one appeared yesterday. A shock wave like a few hundred miles to the southeast of Cabo Verde Islands continues to produce a concentrated area of showers and thunderstorms environmental conditions appear generally favorable for additional development next couple of days as the system moves westward around 15 miles per hour towards the end of the week. This system could encounter less favorable environment, limiting its chances of development after that time. So just 30% for now. But we are watching this next system closely after Erin. So please be aware. And Erin is slightly more disorganized now, doesn't have a clear eye, but still strong. So let's see. It's now just a cat. They still have it as a category 3. It might weaken to a category 2 and then come back again. Some models turn this into a major hurricane again later. There's the GFS. It mostly stays away from land, just curves out into the Atlantic. There's also the main global models show like it passes right between the US and Bermuda, and I would say that this will be closer to North Carolina than to Bermuda, but there will also be some dangerous waves in Bermuda. So please be careful in those areas and some minor storm surge in the west coast of Bermuda. So stay safe too, and please be careful. There's the GFS. This passage there, the GFS to a 943 millibars passing close to North Carolina. That's still a major hurricane. The European drank something and decided to put a 926 millibars in between the US and Bermuda. And look at the size of that by by Thursday. So this goes away there. Later, it's another question. So here, there's the Canadian. This goes. The Canadian is more optimistic, just 972 millibars. And the icon's 924. The icon's very crazy. And then it goes. So we'll keep watching, be aware in those areas. And if you try to look at an M, please don't, because it will freak you out. So let's see here. There's the European ensembles next 240 hours does show there's Erin and it goes. Erin is this like pink path here because most of the members are very strong. So this goes and curves out into the Atlantic. The next system was first trending the Gulf and the Caribbean, but now it's trending out in the open Atlantic again. So this might likely stay away like Aaron did. But we'll keep watching. In the system behind that, the 30% one, just a few members, nothing too interesting. So be careful in those areas and be careful along the coast, North Carolina and Bermuda, some damage winds because the hurricane force winds are in the center, but the damage wind gusts expand way further out. So stay safe. It even shows like some 50, wait, some 59 mile per hour to 61 mile per hour gusts in the Outer Banks, the European. So please be careful. The GFS. Some damage winds, not much. The icons similar to 60 mile per gust or even higher. So stay safe in those areas and be careful this system. Be smart and like stay safe. So be careful and for the next system, the European model does have this shock wave north of the Caribbean. Thursday through Saturday, it tries to form something that are in the open Atlantic Sunday and then goes out into the Atlantic, but nothing too crazy. So it's showing like next week, on the last week of August, not showing too much to watch, but there's a possibility like it's trying to put a homegrown system near the southeast by the 30th again. So be aware those areas. And here, let's see. So let's use this map better. So shows like there's the GFS, like North Atlantic. So this goes and like the next disturbance just passes by the Caribbean doesn't do much. And then this goes, it might try to form later, further north, around the 27th, and then go away in the GFS happy hours, like turning things crazy again. But don't even look at that. So be aware, there's the next system after it by like the 22nd with 1007 millibars already, the Central Atlantic, not Central, the Eastern Atlantic. So we are watching that, but if it forms, it's something very short-lived. So be aware, there's the Canadian model, this next disturbance, and basically it just kills it off. So this goes and nothing really forms. So I'm starting to lose faith on this next disturbance. It's quite strong now as a shock wave, but it quickly loses momentum. The icon even tries to form it 1009 millibars, but like it struggles a lot. So better watch this next system, but nothing too concerning like Erin was. So be aware, still some severe weather spots in the US today, August 19th, in spots of Montana and Idaho, and from Texas to Ohio. So be aware, just some wind, not even hail. So be aware of a few storms damaging winds and nothing else too crazy, but be careful. Those storms can be severe. For Wednesday, tomorrow, marginal east North Dakota, some hail and some wind as well, and no tornado. So I say severe storms possible Wednesday, late afternoon and evening across North Dakota, far northeastern Montana. So be careful in those areas. Till Thursday, a marginal east for some wind and hail. So stay safe. Still, some dry thunderstorms, some elevated fire threat along the west, especially today's elevated. Tomorrow, some dry thunderstorms from Nevada to Montana and some elevated still. So be aware those areas. And here shows like there's excessive rainfall, spots of, let's see, day one, spots of Georgia into North Carolina, South Carolina, and this margin is from Arizona to New York. Day two, marginal, day three, in the south, southwest as well, north, and day four and day five, southeast and southwest. So be aware, day 1 through 7, that crazy rain there in the middle of the ocean because of Hurricane Erin, and kind of scraping North Carolina, and shows the west coast is dry, but a few spots in the Rockies, Plains, and southeast more storms. So stay safe. Still be careful, the heat risk growing in the mid-south and the northern plains, some major heat risk. Thursday, it grows in the southwest Thursday. Friday, even more along the west. Saturday, Sunday decreases a little bit. And there's this huge decrease in the Midwest. Might be something to watch. So here does show like those models, for example, the GFS, the average temperatures in 850 millibars. So not millibars, HPA. So this goes and does show this blast of below average temperatures by the 25th. So better watch this, not for cold, but for generally below average temperatures. And later does something insane to Canada, some above average temperatures. But yeah, so be aware, slightly cooler temperatures coming, but nothing too crazy because it's still August. But just be aware. And here they show these extreme heat spots in the southwest too. Day 2, like especially day 2 max 111, in Arizona 212, even Montana 201. In the south, some 90s, shows day 3 114, the southwest 112, 100 in California valleys as well. So stay safe. Be careful, still some hot temperatures during the night, near 94 degrees minimum temperatures. So please stay safe. Day 4 still some 114, some 90 scattered across the west. So stay safe. This is by Friday afternoon. Then day 5 Saturday still shows some 100 spots in the west, some 90s in the south. So stay safe in those areas. And what just happened here? So let's go back here. What just happened again? Here, so sorry, this is crazy. Here, so the her shows those storms there. Like, let's find it here. So there's the icon. Wait, Alaska, no, here. So that showed this low pressure in Michigan there with some storms into Ontario. But this goes some rain the northeast from this Wednesday too, and then shows like a few storms the south. But this evening, Tuesday, does show a few storms, few spots in the south. Nothing too crazy, but it's not showing that much of severe weather, but we do have that marginal risk today, so stay safe in those areas. And we do have those temperatures like higher, and also in southern Canada, near the northern central, in the prairies there. So be careful, even to like 33 degrees. So stay safe through Wednesday, Thursday, and yeah. So stay safe, be careful in those areas. And here, like, there's some far north there. Wait, in Alaska, and those areas, some snow as well, especially in the Rockies in British Columbia and through Alaska. Nothing too crazy. So stay safe. Just checking temperatures again. Northern Nunavut, slightly cooler, but Friday, Saturday, there's this huge trough there in Quebec, and this brings some below average temperatures behind it. But still, with those below average temperatures, still show some warm temperatures central Canada next week. So be aware in those areas. We'll keep watching and stay safe. This system's coming. So here's still be careful. Like next 5 days, the Caribbean. And even if this doesn't develop, there'll be some heavier showers and storms in a few locations there, especially more concentration of rain near Trinidad and Tobago, spots further south, but some storms in the northeast as well. Some storms in Cuba, the Bahamas today, and as afternoon storm or two in Jamaica, but especially Mexico, and Guatemala, and those areas that have rain. So be careful as always. And with the heat in northwestern Mexico as well, more than 4 degrees. So stay safe.